Hello, everyone. Rich Wildman here. Music Scene Investigation is on the air. We're glad you're with us today. It's going to be a very, very cool show. If you actually missed it, we broadcast part of the pre-show, which we've actually not done before. So you might have enjoyed that too, but you missed it. So too bad, so sad. Unless, of course, you were with us, which we did have a couple of people with us hanging out, and it was actually very cool. So on today's show, however, we have 3 new songs we're going to be putting in front of the panel to find out what they think of them. It's going to be an interesting show, I guarantee you that. Let's bring our panel in and meet everybody who's going to be on here today. Going to go to Las Vegas, Nevada first. Andrea Bensmiller is here. Hey, Andrea, how are you?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
It's good to see you again. It seems like it's been a couple of weeks.
It has. It's been that big 2-week span. I miss you all.
At least
we miss you too.
You haven't melted in Las Vegas, so that's good.
Yeah, not quite. We're trying to stay inside. It's crazy hot here.
My understanding is that there is no water in the West anymore.
Yeah, you're going to have a massive migration soon out to your cornfields.
I've got plenty of room. We got plenty of room in the cornfields. Of course, you'll have to take it up with the farmers. They may have something to say about that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know where California's going to go.
We'll
see.
I've long wished for California to slide off into the ocean, but that's just me.
Well, hang about. If you've got a drought over there and then you're expecting all these floods and California's meant to disappear under the water, the problem's solved.
It's a problem solved. That's it. Job done.
I wish that were the case.
You know they're nuclear bombs. You know that fault line.
Oh my God.
Drop them. Boom. California slides off. Drought finished.
Yeah.
It's if you'd have thought about it, all communications are being listened to by the NSA. FBI and
MI6.
Your guys over there apparently are listening too.
Especially on me. Don't worry.
I hope they can track them all the way back to the UK.
I just hope they don't show up at my house. Where's this Dave guy?
You'll be getting a letter saying, "Cheers for the idea, dude. Thanks very much."
I'll get a congressional medal and everything.
By the way, the voices you hear are coming from London, England, in that vicinity, just a little bit southwest of Heathrow, if memory serves. Mr. Ian Husbands and Dave Carrera.
Welcome to the party, USA!
Oh, goodness. Ian, my friend, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
That's Ian, by the way.
I'm hanging in there. Yeah, Ian has the beard and the long hair. And I'm just pointing out I'm just pointing out the obvious for the NSA, FBI, MI6. Their sketch artists need to know this.
They're going to do a sketch and go, right, we're looking for Dave Grohl.
There's a T-shirt with your picture on it. You can just send it to him. Save him some time. Don't even bother. And Dave,
I'm going to get one of you done, and you're going to say it looks like me.
Every shirt with a picture on it looks like you, I'm afraid. And Dave Carrera is joining Ian. They're in the same space, in the same room, as a matter of fact. It's very cool.
Look,
the man, the myth, the legend.
Now, I get
suffering bad net curtains.
I'm getting chastised in the chat room for my comments on California. We Californians are not going anywhere, Rich. Get used to it.
But as I say, nuclear bombs, fault line, bump. Two problems solved at once. 3, if you,
Yeah, we don't have to worry about the nuclear bombs anymore. We don't have to worry about earthquakes, and we don't have to worry about California and Nancy Pelosi.
There you go. Sorted.
Awesome. I'm thinking
it takes someone from the outside to look in, you see. That's what it does sometimes.
Sometimes it does, apparently, and that's why we have you on, Dave.
And that's why I'm not allowed in America.
Not anymore.
After this show, anyway, the airport, excuse me, sir, can we check your case for any nuclear weapons?
I mean, thank God for my lung collapse. That means I can't fly anyways. So I'm stuck in the UK.
All right. So we talked a little bit before the show about this, Dave, and I want to touch base with it again because the last time you were on with us, we talked about the closing of Carrera Drums.
Yep.
And we also were a bit in the dark about what you had next on your agenda, but apparently you've got everything on the agenda thing kind of sorted. Your new stuff coming our way. New things you're doing.
Yeah, I've had to take it slightly easier because of the lung issue, which is all clearing up now, which is very nice. The great news I had was my lungs improved by closing the business and getting out of the dusty situation. Good enough. Good news. A good inspiration. A new UK company has taken over all the hardware and the equipment, so they're now making the drum shells for the customers I did have. So that's really cool. So they're up in Bolton, up near Manchester. I've been lucky enough again to be able to restart my drumming career again. And I can't do that in the house. So I built a shed, a big shed in the bottom of the garden. And then it comes to me, because I've got an electric kit for that job and recording, which I'm going to be working with Ian on doing some bits and pieces. I thought, well, hold on a minute. I've got an electric kit. I don't want to run an armoured cable and all this nonsense. Can I run the shed in its entirety by solar power in the UK? And as you know, it rains 397 days a year here. And today is our hot day. That's why we've got a T-shirt on and drinking beer. 412 days. 412 days in a year?
No.
712? No? No, okay. Add VAT? No. Sales tax? No, okay. Anywho's. So as I explained to you earlier, Rich, I thought, well, hold on a minute. You know, the solar power stuff has been going for so long that it's got to have moved on. And I thought, well, if I just buy a basic setup, blah, 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 everyone can do it. So I did. I went on eBay. Right. I bought a 100-watt panel. I bought a battery, 110 amp hour or whatever it was, controller thing, and did some basic wiring, which is all simple. Anyone can do it, even me. And lo and behold, the only one big beefy thing I bought was a 2,000-watt inverter to take the 12 volt to 240 volt, which we use over here. And within 3 hours, I was playing the electric kit.
All on solar power.
Yeah, 100% on solar power. And so far, in the last couple of weeks since I've been doing it, with loads of things on, I've got LED lights. Obviously, they don't use anything electrical-wise. And the battery just hasn't dipped below 12.8 volts, which is just insane. So I'm thinking, hold on a minute, this is...
It's amazing.
It's marvelous, you know.
It really. And by the way, you're also getting chastised in the chat room, Dave.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Dave. After the massive earthquake, California will float up there next to your place. So.
Okay. Cool. And then we could go surfing.
That'd be wicked if California rocks up next to your place. There'd be more sunshine to power the studio.
There we go. See, I can then decrease my solar panel. And that would mean that the companies would use less materials to make. This is green going, mate. This is green MSI. We're here. We're legendary.
We can get some Bermuda shirts and some shorts and cocktails.
I've got Bermuda shorts, but I'm banned from wearing them.
I can see why.
Yeah.
Anyway, so a solar-powered recording studio is basically what you've set up.
Yeah. Drumming for drums. Yeah. So that I can do via the Tinterweb drum recordings for people, and obviously practice some new tracks that I'm learning, because I'm now playing sort of I'm going from like the sort of mental stuff to more bluesy blues rock kind of thing, you know.
I've got an idea.
Yes.
You got a toilet in your shed?
Not yet.
If you put a toilet in your shed,
yes,
you could get like a little wheel.
Yes.
That you wee on.
Okay.
As it turns, generates electricity.
There you go. It could be a
wee-inator.
A wee-inator.
A wee-inator.
Copyright that, by the way. That's copyright the UK. Thank you. Patents and global pending and everything. The whole thing. You can't have it.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm trying to hold it together over here, and you guys are just...
Because we can sue as well, you know.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
And apparently a lot more than that.
And if we don't win, we don't have to pay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because we've got, win, no win claim thing.
Yeah. Pinky wants to know, now obviously with your solar setup, you have to have some kind of a storage mechanism.
Got that.
Some kind of batteries involved in this whole thing.
Got a deep cycle 12. I've got 12 volt deep cycle, 110 amp hours at the moment, which has never dropped below 12.8 volts, which is just the full charge level. Even with our lack of sunshine, you know.
No, seriously, that's a very cool thing that you've got going on there, and I think.
And as I said to you earlier, I've got 2 laptops going. I've got various other gadgets that you need for recording, the kit, and the little mini business that I've got with doing the vinyl decals for drums and band names and all that sort of stuff. It's just amazing, and I'm just gobsmacked, and I'm really becoming a bit of an advocate, a bit of a preacher for it. So I do apologise.
Now, are you? Maybe I'm overstepping my bounds here, but are you at some point, or either now or in the near future, offering your services as a professional drummer out for hire?
What's going to happen is Ian's kindly going to help me with the technology to make sure that I understand what's required. We've already had a discussion about this. So because Ian does all this, so he's going to send me some tracks, just play around, blah, 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 get it all the technical bits and pieces, what people would be expecting, producers and everything. And from my shed, from my solar shed, the Sun Studio.
Sun Studio Shed.
Sun Studio Shed. Thank you.
Sun Studio Shed. Say that when you've had a few
Sun
beers.
Studio Shed, yeah.
Sun Studio Shed.
Sun Studio Shed, yeah. If people want tracks laid down, I'll be doing that.
All right, well, that's very cool. I know that Ian's looks for drummers all the time. I look for drummers, and I'm sure there are a lot of other people out there who do as well. So that's awesome.
But they're like pixies. You only find them at the bottom of your garden.
Apparently so.
That's me. I'm the pixie drummer.
That's a new Twitter handle, I think.
The pixie drummer.
Pixie drummer.
There you go.
So you heard it here first, folks.
And I have his Twitter handle as @Carrera Drums, but I think it'll change soon.
No. And it's at Sun Studio Shed as well.
All right.
Is there a website for this as well?
Sorry?
There's a website for this as well, isn't there?
sunstudioshed.com.
.com.
Not .co.uk, but
No.
.com.
It's
international,
it's
man.
American friendly because I'm international.
Well, apparently America's not going to be friendly with you for much longer after the opening of this show gets heard.
Right, they understand. They watch Benny Hill. They understand. Don't worry.
I'm just saying.
They're going to send him a letter of thanks for doing the national service. How do we solve the problem in California?
Basically,
an English drummer.
Obama's going to send me a letter and say, Dave, thank you very much. At least someone's got the gonads to say it.
I reckon you'll be on the honours list next year.
I'll get the congressional medal.
Yeah,
Is that
I
the
think
one?
you will.
Yeah.
I think the next time you're on, Dave, I'm just going to let you and Ian do the whole show.
Oh, okay.
It'll be fun.
Oh, shit. Stop. We haven't got enough material.
We're going to have to pay some more.
There'll be no music reviews, but, that's okay.
Oh, so that's what we're here for, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
About that, yeah.
Songs. Yes.
Yeah, actually we are. And
ditties.
And before we get to the songs, we've got a little unfinished business from last week. I know that Ian is all prepared for. Ian, how about the witness statements from last week?
Well, we went for Boom Shaka Laka by the Bongo Club, which to my mind is still the best song of the week.
That sounds good.
And for the most part, our audience agree with us, except on songwriting, where 67% of them decided that song 2, which was Drinking for a Living by Paul Randy Mingo, was the better song. But on performance and mixing production, they agree with us.
All right, well, there you go. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Song number 3, song title and band name. Yeah?
Yes, Boom Shaka Laka by the Bongo Club.
That is amazing.
The thing was...
That deserves to win.
The thing was, there was no bongos.
Venice. That's sewer.
Dave, I'm looking at your website, and there's something really missing.
Uh-oh.
You have to post some pictures of this solar powered studio. I mean,
It will go on, don't you worry. That I knocked up in the morning.
You what?
I knocked it up in the morning.
Oh, the website. Sorry.
I thought paternity suit.
What I do in the morning is obviously very familiar with you, Ian, but not with everybody else.
All right, well, that answers your question, Andrew.
And your curtains are still flipping horrible.
My curtains are wicked.
They're just, as I said earlier, they were retro when you bought them. You know, it's
They came with the house, which was built in the 1600s.
1712. Yeah.
something like that.
I can't wait to see them.
I can wait. Seriously, I can wait. Oh.
You won't have to wait long. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, we have three. No, I probably will be deported from here after this show anyway. So, it's gonna be fine.
Look, come over. The rest of them are.
Yeah, just come. Everyone is coming over to the UK. Don't
They'll
worry.
either
You think
ship-
you've got an immigration problem? Bah, you've got nothing. You know what I mean? Everyone comes to the UK.
Oh, it's gonna be interesting, folks. Hang on, it's gonna be a bumpy ride. We have 3 songs we need to listen to on today's broadcast. We're gonna get right into them right now because if we don't, we're probably gonna get sued by somebody.
Pinky says he's too old to get knocked up.
Oh, hello. Meow.
All right. Here it is, everybody. This is song number 1 on today's music scene investigation. Certainly hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back right after song number 1 on today's MSI. All right, there you have it. That is track number 1 on the broadcast today. Let's go to our panel, find out what they thought. Now, because Dave and Ian are in the same room, I'll start with Andrea and find out her thoughts first. Andrea, what do you think of track number 1?
Yeah, when it first started, I thought, really cool loop, great sounds. I like the delay on it. I like the how it's built, the rhythm that it's kind of setting down. About the third or fourth time it came around, I started looking for, the start of the song. Where is the song start? And then, shortly after that, I realized this is really an EDM track, and it has all of those elements of that kind of classic dance floor stuff that you hear now in this genre. EDM to me is such an interesting little space in music right now. It's so hard to define what's happening in dance because you have these different categories inside it. And to me, this one sits inside of a category that's slowly moving out of vogue because it's a little bit redundant as it goes on. That loop was the driving force behind the track, but the reality is there wasn't a whole lot happening other than that loop. I like it when the new synth line came out that was kind of like a counterpoint line to it. And then shortly after that, there was a third synth part that came in that was more of an alternate version of the first one. And I thought they worked together really well, but it wasn't entirely different yet. And the only really breaking up of the song happened with that swish crescendo sound that we hear a lot of in dance music. So yeah, I mean, I like the track. It's kind of a nice background track. It might find a home in something in film and TV. The sounds are good. They sound a little bit like they're just kind of an out of a box thing, but they're well done, and it's a pleasant sounding track in terms of production. I would say, especially since I imagine there's not a whole lot of, it wouldn't be difficult for this to be altered. It's not like there's a lot of live performance going on. There's no vocal. Maybe go back and see if there's a way to section this out a little better and create a track that really does something either in terms of sound or a shift in what it's delivering, because it's just a little bit redundant. It kind of goes on and I'm not even so sure you could even really get into it on the dance floor, because from what I've seen in the clubs lately, things are very quickly moved off of. You're going to hear like literally 10 or 15 seconds of a groove, and then bam, they're on to the next thing. So for me, a nice track, good sounds, a little bit redundant, maybe some changes in the sections.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Andrea. Thank you. Now over to Ian and Dave. Let's find out what they think as well. Ian, starting with you, sir.
Right, yeah, I mean, echoing a lot of what Andrea said, I mean, this was like one long intro for me. It kind of didn't really go anywhere. Yeah, there was a few different parts that started coming in, but it needed that more dynamic. It needed to sort of launch into another part. Where was that four to the floor kick, which should have come in at some point in time? After about 8 to 16 bars at the most, really, it didn't come in. And then there were some drums coming, but they weren't driving the track. They were very minimal, and it was left to that repetitive synth part, which again sonically sounded really nice, but from a point of view of doing anything or going anywhere, it just didn't. I think you've got someone here who's got a nice new synth, which they've been playing with. They get some great sounds out of it, but they haven't really put a lot of time into the thought for the composition and the arrangement of this track. And as Andrea said, it should be easy to go back and break this down and start arranging this a bit better into sort of more identifiable parts. So it moves somewhere. Get the dynamics going, get a nice thick bass line coming in, get a nice thick kick drum coming in, and build it up until it actually sort of comes to some sort of climax somewhere. Because at the moment it kind of just sort of goes through, doesn't really go anywhere, and then just peters out. Nice production, nice use of sounds, but not very good composition or arrangement. How about you, David?
Initially, I said to Ian quietly, I said, this feels like one of those soundtracks, backing tracks, low-level BG things that you would see on one of those namesake TV programs, CSI, where
can't talk about that here.
Whatever. But the detective is driving down a street, an avenue, what have you, and it's just sitting in the background. It's just sort of covering the engine noise, and you can see him thinking about where's the crook or how the crook, and then you get that little bit of crescendo thing going up in sort of 3/4 of the way through. Oh, he's spotted the person, blah, 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 blah. You know, so you can see it as a film. Tron was another thing that we came up bringing into films. It felt very much like I want to jump on my graphically made motorbike, you know, computer game. And then thinking as a song, 16 bars or so-ish, we both agreed that we want to go industrial now. Where is this drive? Where we've been introduced, we've got the rhythm going, we've got everything going. Bang! Where's the punch now? Well, come on, let's just kick us, you know, let's get us going. And it wasn't there, and it just sort of carried on as a. And I was just thinking about this. The new Roland kit I've got has got backing tracks that you can drum along to, and it sort of felt like one of them.
Yeah,
I know. I've got that, you know, you probably got a few on this one as well. It sounded very much like one of those selections. You know, they just repeated and went along and along, and a little bit of lift in the middle 8 or whatever, and then dropped back down again. So didn't do a lot for me, really.
All right. Well, fair enough. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, all. The name of song number 1, it's called Latitudo, and it's by a group called Convictum, and we appreciate their sending that track into Music Scene Investigation. All right. Of course, we invite everybody to join us live on Music Scene Investigation at our website, musicsceneinvestigation.com/live. And you can join us in the chat room as well and talk to everybody. Let us know what your thoughts are on the music you hear and all that good stuff, too. 2 more songs to listen to today, gentlemen and lady. So here we go with our second song on today's MSI. Here it is. Hope you enjoy it. We'll be right back with more after this song.
Turn up the music on the radio. The night is young, so bring the shades down low. Let's get it jumping, I'm so glad to be home. So baby, it's just you and me all night long. You wanted my attention, now you got it, girl. Tonight it's you and me. I'm gonna rock your world all night long. I wanna give it to you all night long. You've been waiting all week for my attention. Now let's get it on all night long. 'Cause tonight it's all about you. Yes, tonight it's all about us. All night long. I'm gonna love you now. All night long. All night long. Yeah. All night long. All night long. All night long. All night long. 'Cause I could never get enough of you. Let's get closer, baby, comfortable. You got me steaming, I'm about to explode. Let's let this night unfold and see where it goes. 'Cause baby, it's just you and me all night long. You wanted my attention, now you got it, girl. Girl, it's just you and me. I'm gonna rock your world. Let's get it on all night long. 'Cause tonight it's all about you. Yes, tonight it's all about us. Yes, tonight it's all about you. Yes, tonight it's all about us. All night long, yeah.
All right. Well, there you have it. That is track number 2 on the broadcast today. We're going to start out with the guys over in London right now and find out what their thoughts are first. Dave and Ian. Ian and Dave, what do you guys think about track number 2?
Bring out first.
I'm going to go first because I've just gone to the fridge and got a bud.
A bud.
Because I'm so Americaned up.
And we're on the Becks, which actually isn't German beer, it's American.
Well, it's American beer, apparently, imported from America. So there we go. So I'm right there with you. I'm now down in the south, and I'm living it. Right.
What do you think about the song then?
Oh, the song, yes. Well, Budweiser. There you go, Budweiser.
Budweiser.
Yeah, true American.
True American Budweiser.
And that's what that song was. It was a great. The song was just a very nice, true grit, country, bluesy song. Right?
Right.
Vocals, nah. Drop the track, put someone else in. As we said on, we were thinking. I've been studying quite a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan and other artists of that ilk, and slipping in and out of country as well over the last few weeks for a project I'm working on. And yeah, it's that. I'm sitting there drumming along, thinking, yeah, that's no problem. Bum, 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 loop that. Thank you very much. Yeah. So musically, it's very safe. But the vocal wasn't strong enough. And we were talking about Bob Seger mentioned, and but yeah, a better vocal. But the song was fine. It's true American, isn't it? Yeah, let's get the flag. We're not allowed to have them anymore.
Let's not talk about the flags.
We're not allowed to have flags. Okay.
No flags. Ian?
All right. Yeah, as Dave said, again, you know, the backing track from that point of view is typical Americana country sound, and you know, there's some really nice slide playing in there.
Yeah.
And you know, the drums sounded real, which was nice.
It's very nice. Very nice.
So yeah, everything there was working from that point of view. I did have an issue with the vocal. It just wasn't sitting right for this track, and to me, it sounded like a singer, sort of someone like Roachford. Do you remember Roachford?
Hey, y'all.
No.
I have to, because Pinky's going to give me a $5 for saying it.
Y'all. It's, yeah.
Hey, Ma!
The singer
What?
sounded...
Get off the goddamn roof!
Done.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
Left
the singer
field.
sounded more like a sort of 80s soul singer. Someone like Roachford or something like that, with that sort of permanent, sort of slightly higher harmony going on in the background, and that laid-back feel to it. It just didn't have the guts and gusto that a country song should have. Didn't have the power. It certainly didn't sort of conjure up Bob Seger for me. I love Bob Seger.
There's no passion. There's no passion. Yeah. It's like I'm reading the words.
It's more like you're singing a love song over this sort of more upbeat sort of country track, and they just weren't fitting together for me. They were not fitting together at all. And don't get me wrong, the guy can sing. He's got an okay voice, just not the right vocal for this track. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, that's what I've got to say about it.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you all. And let's find out what Andrea thinks about it now. Andrea?
Yeah, some of the same things. I like the band production. I thought, it's very authentic. It was really well recorded, very well mixed. Everything was sitting really where it was supposed to be. Drums, nice tones, guitars, nice tones. Love the pedal steel in the background and the organ. Really, really nice playing. A really, really well done country track. Really from the music and arrangement side. There were nice stops. It was a nice arrangement. There was some, really great playing back there too. The song itself, I thought, was a decent idea, but it had that kind of plodding along feel in terms of structure and melodic, the way the melody was built. It didn't have a melody that really stuck out in terms of, oh, this is the chorus. And it's such a great, melody line that changes everything and I can sing along. It was really hard to determine sometimes which part is the chorus and which part is the verse. And part of that was because the progression was very similar, or it might have even have been the same. I would need another pass to hear that. But the melody didn't go anywhere. There was a clear lyric hook, but nothing changed enough for the melody to make it really stick out at you and think, oh, that's something I could sing along and really connect to. The vocalist, being a vocalist myself and being a voice coach, it's kind of hard to really impress on people. If you're the vocalist, you have to approach your instrument just like everybody else does. That means it's got to be your highest level. And when you go into the studio, you have to really kind of go for it in a different way than just kind of singing along or kind of just, doing what you consider to be a nice vocal. On this recording, you really hear that, the hook line is all night long. I want to give it to you all night long. I didn't feel like he wanted to give it to me all night long.
And nor did I. You and me both.
It's like it was just lacking. It was a little bit underconfident. It was a little pitchy. There were some support issues here and there. It was sung kind of mostly at the same dynamic level throughout the whole song. The harmony that went along with it was nice, but it was a little bit, it kind of dulled the vocal track a little bit to me because it all lays on top of each other. And same was true of the backing vocals. The backing vocals were nice, but they all sat all together on top of the lead vocal. And one of the ways you can really distinguish your vocals in the studio is to take those backing vocals and do something really interesting with them. Definitely pull them back. Also, make sure you're using some EQ on them to distinguish them from the lead. And, maybe either pan them in a certain place, not too hard. You don't want everything to be, really far out. But somewhere in the panning, you want to make sure that you're still providing some depth and some interest in those backing vocals. And they all just kind of glommed onto each other. But I would also say to the vocalist, great voice. You really do have a nice voice. We have to do our work. We have to do our practice. We have to do our lessons. We have to do the standards for vocals, even in country music, have been launched to another level. And
also in country music.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing artists like you didn't used to see in country music. The Carrie Underwoods, the Kelly Clarksons. I mean, you're talking about Taylor Swift. It's not just about the twang anymore. It's about really being a great, great, accurate, really driving, well balanced, great technique vocalist. And if you haven't done that find a good coach and start working on it, because it's not enough anymore to be kind of okay and to be, mostly on. They're really looking for people who are extraordinary. It's hard to get past that line, so it's a good track. I don't want to say it's not good. It's a great track and it's a decent song. It could use a little bit of pumping on the hook side, and definitely for the vocalist, great voice. Just get it to the next level.
All right. I appreciate that, Andrea. And reading through the chat room, it seems like a lot of people agree with you. Patty is saying we were all thinking the same thing. He did not want to give it All Night Long. And Pinky said, well, All Night Long sounds better than 3 to 5 minutes. So, there you go.
Boxo said maybe he just wants to cuddle.
Oh, goodness. All right. Song number 2 is called All Night Long. Obviously, it's by Juke Johnson. We appreciate Juke sending that track into MSI. We have one more track to take a listen to on today's show. However, before we get to that track, I want to make sure I invite everybody to fill out a witness statement. Let us know if you agree with what the panel says about the music and their selection of our next song of the week. I'll be getting to that in just a little while, so make sure you hang out for that as well. Here it is, everybody. What's that, Dave?
The chat room is, we're dying here. We're absolutely dying. There's so much innuendo and smut that can come out from this. We're dangerous.
Pinky wants to know.
Rich, cut us off now.
Pinky wants to know if it's an inside spoon or an outside spoon.
It's great. It's great fun.
I'm gonna let you guys in on a little joke. If you actually listen back to this show afterwards and look for the sexual innuendo that is going on and has gone on during the whole show, you will be amazed.
It's amazing. Yeah.
It really is. All right, here it is. Go ahead, Andrea. I'm sorry.
It should probably be taken off the air based on that.
NSA is going to deport us all anyway. It's okay. It's
come
fine.
to England.
Yeah, come to England. Everybody, the whole America, come to England. Come on.
All right.
You want to. Come home.
Song number 3 is now, everyone. Certainly hope you enjoy it as we take a listen to it. Here it is, everyone. This is track number 3 on today's Music Scene Investigation. Stick around. We'll have our panel voting and their review right after this.
side before that sun comes round again today. See you, I never thought a smile would fade away. And is this why you came here? To see 1,000 miracles displayed. Looks like summer's gone away, and the little things still haunt you. It's a lot to do today. Looks like summer's gone away. Gone away. The sun comes round again. I know you'll need an answer.
All right, there you have it. That is track number 3 on the broadcast today. Let's go over to the panel. We'll start with the guys once again. Ian, Dave, your thoughts on track number 3, please.
I just want to say I love our audience. They're witty
The
and
audience
humorous,
are
and
fantastic. The chat room is
splitting our sides.
Splitting ourselves. Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's amazing. Well done, everybody.
Yeah, a lot of
Well
people,
done, well done.
in the chat room were with me and Dave. I mean, we sort of sat here at one point, we looked at each other and went, and it's going to kick in, and it,
Bang!
And
Well, the thing is, we both did that at the same time.
we did.
So
we both
it was right there. That's
where
where we
it
wanted
should
it.
have been. I mean, there is a lot of good stuff going on here. There's some nice piano work. There's some nice guitar work. Although early on that track, whoever's playing that guitar hit some really nasty string
horrible.
noise, and one of them really took my head off. And the producer alone should have been shot for that, let alone the guitarist himself. Really, really bad string noise. I don't mind a bit of string noise in a track. I don't mind keeping it real, but it just obliterated over everything else and echoed over everything, and it was horrible. Again, everyone seems to know what they're doing. Everyone seems to be able to play their instruments. The guy's got a great voice. Reminds me of sort of a bit Creed-esque.
Yeah.
Sort of Creed power ballads. And that's where this should have been.
Yep.
It should have been a power ballad. Except it didn't quite get the power that it needed to become a power ballad, which is why everyone was asking Dave to lend in sort of a battery, because they thought it was more of a solar-powered ballad rather than a power ballad.
Stop dissing the solar, you lot.
And
You wait till you hear the drums coming out of my solar shed.
This did need big, powerful drums.
Massive
it did
drums.
need big rock guitars coming in, big power chords, or even a massive orchestra coming in behind it would have really, really worked. And some real real pushes and stabs, and really building that and bring it into a massive crescendo towards the end. And it just didn't. It didn't go. And a couple of times I thought it was just going to fly, and I was just let down. Got a good song here. I think the basis and the start of this is very strong. I like what the guy's doing with his voice, but I think he can do more, and I think the band can help him by pushing that song until it launches into this big, big power ballad. And it didn't do it. And they need to take this back, and they need to look at it, because at the moment it's all very one level, it's all very one-dimensional. There's no real dynamic to it, no ups or downs, and that makes it start to feel quite depressing and quite boring. I don't want to use that word. I don't find music boring at all. But from the point of view of the journey that this was taking me on, I got bored. And I started to lose interest quite rapidly when I realised it wasn't going to do anything than what it had done already. So go back, rearrange it, more instrumentation, and build that dynamic.
All right, Ian. And Dave, what are your thoughts?
all of the above. It used to be called an album filler, where you had an idea of a song, weren't quite sure what to do with it, but you had a slot on an album that needed filling, and that's fine. That's as far as I'm going to go with dissing this, because it's a fantastic song and I really like it, to the point that if I was in a position to, I would buy the rights to, because the pair of us just sat here and really, whilst listening to it and never hearing it before, we've just pushed it into a whole new realm, haven't we? We just sat here and the pair of us are coming in exactly the same time where it should lift, drop, move on. We're both doing the same stuff, the pair of us. And for two people to sit in the same room, listen to a song for the first time, but come up with exactly the same ideas, is rare. And that's where the money comes in. And you go, hold on a minute, hold up. You might not like this current idea, the way it's been put together, but it can go somewhere. And that's where that someone needs to grab this song, because it can go somewhere and it can become a massive power ballad for any band to be proud of. And I hope they do it.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Dave. Thank you. And thanks to Ian. Now over to Andrea and her thoughts. Andrea, what do you think about track number 3?
Yeah, I have a lot of the same notes as the guys. The only thing I'm going to go a little bit into that they've covered so much of it. Yes, on the no building part, a little bit dirgy. That fret noise thing, just oh my god, I couldn't even believe it was there. It was so loud.
Oh, so it wasn't
distracting.
just us.
No, it was so loud, and it happened the first time, and I thought, oh, okay, one got away, and then it happened another 2 times, and I was like, oh my god, please don't tell me this is going to be there the whole song, because it's literally, it just totally took you out of the song for a second when it happened. The drums were, it's kind of weird. To me, they sounded like they were all on the right. So besides not having enough of the power ballad drum thing, they were really panned mostly hard to the right. At least that's what I heard. And so they kind of, the mix in general was a little mushy for me. There was a lot of reverb. When the vocal came in, it felt like the vocal was pulled back, and it was kind of, it wasn't as distinct as it could be. It's a little bit hard to understand some of the words. So the mix in general, I think, also didn't lend itself to that building thing, because a lot of it was really kind of, if it was panned or placed in a different place, it was really kind of separating that instrument instead of trying to find the actual piece in the spectrum where they all kind of come together. The solo to me was so hard to determine who was soloing. It was, a couple different instruments kind of meandering through some lines. It didn't really feel like a solo section, so you didn't really attach to that. So every section really had kind of its own weakness. And then, of course, what the guys said too, they got to that bridge and you were just like, here's where it goes. And then it just completely didn't. And, that was really a letdown, because you could really hear where that nice big distortion would come in, or something that really lifted it and pulled it up out of this kind of little bit of a dirgy feel. Vocally, nice voice. Melodically, there's not a lot going on in this song. And the only reason I want to really point it out is because there's a real distinct difference between how people used to sing things in the 70s and the 80s and how they sing them now. And that big difference is that we rarely sing the line or the melodic line exactly the same way every time you hear it. If you go out and listen, doesn't matter who you listen to pop radio, listen to some of the rock vocalists. The massive difference, and the reason is because we have very short attention spans, and we also sometimes as vocalists want to highlight the fact that we have range and we have notes and we have creativity. If we do a song, so the whole song, we sing everything as simply as possible, and every time it comes around the same way, I can guarantee your audience is going to start to nod off. It's just not one of the more riveting ways to keep people kind of tied into your vocals. So though this guy has a good voice, I would say that creatively it was a little bit flat. So maybe think about that, how to change up some of the melody. It's a pretty stagnant melody. It's not going a lot of places. So maybe as a vocalist, you can change that. I personally think that, the right amount of riffs and runs, the right amount of ad-libbing really elevates a vocal. And you're going to hear that a lot, unless you're talking about really straight pop radio. But even there, you'll hear it, So, yeah, I mean, a decent start of a song. I think it, as an arrangement, like the guy said, it needs some real work on how to make it really pop and something that's really extraordinary. Right now, it's kind of sitting at mediocre. And to me, the mix didn't help either. So maybe if you're going to use the beginning part of it the same way, try to figure out where you can pull back on some of those reverbs or place people in the spectrum so that they're kind of complementing each other and not a couple instruments on top of each other. So yeah, good start though.
I think you used two words there, stagnant and meandering, that really, really do sum this up. And I think, if the track wasn't so stagnant and meandering, I think it would give that vocalist a lot more room to work with as well. So I think you're right. I think it's a combination of both of those things, that the track doesn't go anywhere, not giving the vocalist any possibilities of going anywhere either.
Sure. On the bridge, if you had felt a power lift in that bridge, I'm sure the vocalist might have felt like, oh, this is where I have to go somewhere too. I have to give it a little scream, a little emotion, something. I mean, as a vocalist in the studio, I can tell you it's not that easy to manufacture emotion. It's you're given a track that goes nowhere and you feel like just standing there and kind of sleepily bloating into the microphone because it's an abnormal environment anyway for a vocalist. It's not the same as playing guitar. It's not the same as playing drums. When you hear your own voice passing through a lot of equipment, it changes how you sing. So, having emotion there, having something to work off of, dynamics is really important to the vocalist in the studio. And I hear that in this guy. It's really all kind of flat. He's not going anywhere with it. And that's probably one of the reasons why.
All right. Well, I appreciate your thoughts, everyone. The name of track number 3, we heard it today. It's called Before the Sun, and it's by the Long Grass Band. And we appreciate the Long Grass Band sending that track in to Music Scene Investigation. Now, if you want to get your songs in front of our panel, it's easy to do. Go to musicsceneinvestigation.com, click on Submit a Song at the top of the page, and just follow the rules. That's it. That's simple. And it's free, by the way, for all musicians to have their songs heard by our panel. All right, we have a Song of the Week selection to make, so I'm going to right now turn it over to our panel and let them make that selection. Discuss it and let me know what you think, everyone.
There you go. Pinky's tip for all vocalists. He runs up and down the stairs a few times, and that gives him more urgency in his timbre.
If you just drink a lot before you sing, you would have the same urgency.
It works with drumming as well. No, it doesn't.
Drummers just drink a lot, full stop.
Drummers just drink a lot. We are the brewers' income.
Well, what you're brewing inside yourselves is the worrying thing.
It's called light beer.
Don't tell him that, or try drinking it later.
This program is sponsored by Budweiser, a true American beer, not like Mex.
And as always, Jack Daniels.
Oh, we're in so much trouble. Okay, what are your thoughts on the selections this week and your Song of the Week's vote, please?
Well, I think it should be ladies first, so over to Dave.
Thank you, sweetheart. Your curtains are terrible.
See what I mean?
Oh, they definitely need their own show.
I know they do.
In separate rooms.
A little bit like being married.
With locks. With locks on the doors. All right. Andrea, what do you think?
Right, let's go for it.
Or Dave, or Ian. Any one of you.
Andrea, the voice of reason. Off you go.
I'm going to go with number 2. And the reason is mostly that even though the vocal performance could be better, I think the band was really, really solid. It was well recorded. The production was nice. The mix was nice. You know, it needed a little tweaking from that vocalist point of view and maybe on the melody line to me. But I thought that overall it was a really strong track. And yeah, that's the one I'm going to pick today.
All right. Ian and Dave, what are you thinking?
Personally, I'm going to go with song 3. It's the only track that I genuinely would put money into making it better. It's a great foundation, and I can see it. And it's the only track that all 3 of us were willing it to be better and putting over very, very, very constructive ideas in making it so. So number 3 for me.
All right. Ian?
I'm going to the bar.
I figured that.
I'll join you. Let's go. Ta-da.
Tough one this week. Nothing's really lit my fire from that point of view, or floated my boat, or done anything to really. Nice. That sounded like a boat. A tug. Yeah, I like a tug.
It was subtle. It was like Pink Floyd, really.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to go with Dave. I think, as much as I understand where Andrew's coming from, number 2 is probably more finished. Number 3 is the ones I want to encourage more, I think, from that point of view. And, yeah, number 3.
All right. Well, there you have it, everyone. A split decision, but a decision nonetheless. Number 3, the Long Grass Band and their track Before the Sun is our song of the week. Dave, want to thank you for being with us, man. I know it's quite a trip up from the garden.
Yes, I had to put my shoes on and everything. It was. I had to get a car, which wastes petrol, even though it's diesel. And
why don't you put a solar panel on the roof?
I could put a solar panel on the roof.
You had to go out in the rain.
Formula E.
Here you go.
I could get a Formula E car.
Good.
You need what you need to do, Dave, is you need to build a gasifier for your diesel. And basically, it's a double burner wood stove you put in the back, and you burn wood over. You put wood over the top of it in a different container, and it gasifies to make gas to feed your diesel engine.
Richard, he's scaring me.
I think the Wienerator would be better. For
the Wienerator, yeah. The P-Mobile.
Yeah, the P-Mobile. Yeah,
it'd be fantastic.
Run your car off with urine.
You can sit in your car, drink beer, have a pee, and generate electricity.
And
if you need to fill up on the side of the road, you've already got your hose.
There is that.
Yeah.
There we go, see?
There are laws against.
Solving,
I think there are laws against drink driving in the UK as well, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
It doesn't have to be alcoholic, does it?
What?
It would just take a lot more if it
beer
weren't.
without alcohol.
I didn't say
Are you mad or what?
No.
Hold on a minute.
No.
Lovers tiff.
No, let's not talk about beer without alcohol. That's like vegetarian bacon.
It's like vegetarian bacon.
Exist.
It does exist, apparently.
It shouldn't do, though.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just going to slowly fade them out. Is what.
It's been an absolute blast, and I love you all for it.
Well, Dave, we appreciate you being here. I appreciate Andrea's comment there. Thank you for the support.
And the chat room has been absolutely hysterical.
Yeah, they've been on form.
Seriously, they have. And well done, everybody. Well done, everybody.
Absolutely, I agree totally. Thanks to Ian, Andrea, Dave, and everyone joining us out in the chat room. Thanks to you as well. We're going to do this all again next Sunday, the 5th of July, so a day after Independence Day here in the United States, and of course on the 8th.
Yeah,
we love the USA. I just want that to go down on the FBI records. I love the USA. I love them. They make great beer. Budweiser, available in all stores, locally, at your local place, but don't buy Beck's because it's not German.
That's right.
It won't be available in California for too long once they've done that.
Don't worry about California. It'll sort itself out. Don't worry.
Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll see you next time right here on Music Scene Investigation. Until then, we're going to play out with our Song of the Week selectee. It's by the Long Grass Band. It's called Before the Sun.
Love you all. Bye.
Bye-bye. God bless.
Before the sun round again, I know you'll need an answer. Listen now, something that I'd like for you to see. Looks like summer's gone away, and the little things will haunt you. It's a lot to do today. Looks like summer's gone away. Before I go, would you think any different if I stop now? Just say so I will see your second chance just turn to rain. Looks like summer's gone away, and the little things will haunt you. It's a lot to do today. Looks like summer's gone away. Gone away. What you always thought was yours, slowly running for the door. We could see a brighter side before that sun comes round again today. See you, I never thought a smile would fade away. And is this why you came here? To see a thousand miracles displayed. Looks like summer's gone away, and the little things still haunt you. It's a lot to do today. Looks like summer's gone away. Gone away. For the sun